Today, myth is cheaper rent than buy a home.
Is that myth true?
Welcome to today's episode of Myth versus the Truth. Okay, now let's think about this. Why would some people think that it's better to rent versus buying? We can discuss one aspect of it, such as repairs. Some people think that owning a property, any repairs would be too expensive and it would come out of their pockets and it would be non-affordable. And if they rented a property, they just pick up the phone, dial the landlord, and the landlord would come rushing over to do any maintenance necessary to the property.
Yes, repair could be a big aspect on this particular subject because, in today's life, we are busy with the family, kids, work. And on top of that, if you have to go to the Home Depot or even call a maintenance guy and, be at home, watch what they're doing, it is, but that is not it.
So let's see the other side. We can talk about it. Yeah, we admit when you add principal, interest, insurance, taxes, you can find a little bit of a bigger side if you buy a home than a rent. But this is just right now on today. You have to look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the future. For 30 years, you will have the same payment. Do you agree that the rent will stay the same for 30 years? I don't think so.
Absolutely correct, Sadie. Being a homeowner would allow you to have your fixed payment for 30 years, the same payment, 30 years. Like Sadie mentioned, will the rent stay the same for 30 years? I don't think so. Also, keep in mind, you pay your mortgage 30 years. On the 31st year, what happens? No more payment. However, renting, that's forever.
Absolutely correct. What Chantal and Sadie just mentioned. Yeah, there are little bit of headache you will have to maintain your own home because it's your home. But that's why the home ownership is an American dream, because you can do so many things. What Chantal was mentioning, that there will be a day you will own that home free and clear, no more payment. Think about that bigger picture. The other thing is, if you build up equity, you can do so many things for your family with that equity. You can do investment, you can do so many things. So it's not about looking at the smaller picture now, it's looking at the bigger picture.
And if you want to know a little bit about home ownership, call the expert realtor. Don't forget about that. Call the realtor.
I hope you found this information helpful to get you to that path and to the final end to home ownership. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Myth versus the Truth.